Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. A scramble for clubs memberships are on their way. That is both United States and the other emerging club, which has China and Russia as the engine, are scrambling to see who's joining their clubs. So it's a global how do you call it, advertising. Hey guys, come to us, be with us. And that happens in Latin America, that happens in East Asia, and even in Europe. I didn't hear anything about Africa yet, but I think that's in the hands of China already with its economic influence. But you never know. Let's go and jump into this, which is a situation in Asia, where China successfully did what the Russians will do in Nicaragua, which is they were just approved to have a military presence over there, ships, airplanes, and military personnel in Nicaragua. Nicaragua was not invited into the Summit of America by the Biden administration, and the Russians promised that, okay, you want to put weapons and rockets and missiles next door, like Ukraine, or you already put in Poland and Romania. It's okay. We're gonna retaliate in the same way, which maybe Nicaragua will be the first country who's going to see another real Cuban Missile Crisis. Why I say real? Because probably this time there will really be nuclear weapons over there, unlike in Cuba when there were no nuclear warheads on its territory. But that's a different conversation. Let's see what the Chinese are doing. Because China, remember, they signed a treaty with Solomon Islands, which are a number of islands northeast a little bit of Australia, a little bit north, but it's 2,000 kilometers, 1,200 miles northeast, a little bit of Australia, and then we have Australia crying that it's a red line if China will have over there any warships. But we'll see. And then the United States claimed from across the Pacific that the security is really threatened, their security and Australia's ally security and status quo and the family status quo, which some countries are excluded because they don't follow the script. So now, it was that meeting in Japan with the Quad, Australia and the United States and India, and now it's Japan. Is gonna be South Korea involved, and they will try to see who's who and what's what. So to counter China and Taiwan, obviously. Now we see here China and Cambodia do something really, how should I put it, way ahead of the expectations. So this article comes from Associated Press from June 8th, 2022, and this is the title: China, Cambodia break ground on port, dismiss U.S. concerns. Why is U.S. concerned? It's what, 6,000, 1,000, 50,000 miles away from Cambodia. And besides, Cambodia had some not very good memories with United States, like a PTSD memory. When you see United States, like, ah. All right, so we find that Chinese and Cambodian officials broke ground Wednesday on a why contentious, naval port expansion project, dismissing American concerns it could provide Beijing with a strategically important military outpost on the Gulf of Thailand. Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. What are you going to do about it? Oh, you are playing with Taiwan all the time and you just caress Taiwan here and there. Now they're going to do with Cambodia. How would you like that? And with the Solomon Islands. And the Chinese administration had like 20 diplomats going into the Pacific Islands and trying to, again, build the same kind of treaties and friendship and collaboration. So, Cambodian Defense Minister Thia Ban, Chinese ambassador to Cambodia Wang Wentian, and other officials donned white gloves before turning over shovels full of dirt to launch the official, I'm quoting, modernization of the Ream naval base, which will include a dry dock for ship repairs, an extended pier, a hospital, a workshop, and a reception building. That's for Americans when they come to visit. Long-time authority. All right. So we already know what the take is on this. The guy is authoritarian because he's with the Chinese. He can be anything but with the other ones are always the good guys or all the Democrats and democratic country like Saudi Arabia. All right, long-time authoritarian leader Hun Sen in 2019 reportedly granted China the right to set up a military base at Ream, but has long denied that, saying Cambodian constitution prohibits foreign military facilities. Well, I guess that's changed. Dredging is already underway to allow larger ships to use the port. Ban told guests, including the U.S. defense attaché, that it would still only be able to accommodate ships up to 5,000 tons displacement, an improvement from the current 1,000 ton, but too shallow for all but the smallest of naval ships. And I'm quoting, please don't be too worried about this Ream base. About this Ream base. So please don't be too worried. So you should be worried, but not too worried about this Ream base. Okay, Ban said, speaking in front of the sign proclaiming the project is being funded by, and I'm quoting, grant aid from the People's Republic of China. See, this was the token or the way the United States had the economic power, and it went around to poorer countries, and they were bribing them with, we're going to do investments, we're going to give you aid, and they were propping certain regimes that were, on American side, or they were like to be around. Now the Chinese has the same tactic, learned from the predecessor, and not only that, but it has the economic power, more power than the United States. Remember that. And now they're doing the same thing, and Americans can't really compete with them. Who's gonna? They're gonna just print some more money, probably, and then it's inflation. But who cares, right? And it says here, I'm quoting, this port is too small, and even after upgrading, it can be a port that would threaten any countries, he said. Yeah, don't believe that. I don't think anybody believes that. Ban said he invited the U.S. and other foreign representatives to the base so they could see for themselves. There is nothing here, though he added that once construction is complete, the facility will become a restricted military zone with no access for foreign nations. Well, and then we have here that the U.S., I'm quoting, the U.S. and the countries in the region have expressed concern about the lack of transparency. It's a military base. What transparency you want? When you let the Chinese come and see transparency on your bases, let's say in Romania or Poland or all over the world, then you can, open your mouth. But you see, I can look at you, you can look at me. That's the idea. Lack of transparency on the intent, nature, and scope of this project, as well as its role. Well, the thing is, the role I'm telling you, it's a military base, and there's going to be some military ships, Chinese only, and they will have weapons over there. I go, okay, now you know it, and I knew you knew this before this. So, so he says that the Ram faces the Gulf of Thailand, adjacent to the South China Sea, where China has aggressively asserted its claim. If it's China Sea, what do you want? Aggressively asserted its claim to virtually the entire strategic waterway. The U.S. has refused to recognize China's sweeping claim. You see this? Don't make me bring it right here and show you where China is and where the United States is. And China disagrees with this. No, I'm sorry, the United States disagrees with this. You are Across the Pacific. What? Oh, I'm sorry. You have the American hegemony. I got it. I got it. So nevertheless, this is what the Chinese are doing. Another step. And I'm waiting for the Russians to really move in Nicaragua. You know, the thing is, I live in the United States and I hate these things happening because after all, this is where I live. This is the country I have allegiance. But when I see those guys, when I see what these guys are doing to those guys, and those guys are doing the same thing, I can't help in the name of justice, reciprocity, to say, oh, you know what? It should not be allowed. Only Americans, us, should be allowed. No, I mean, if you just want to be like that, you can be like that. But I don't want to be like that because I'm analyzing the situation. I'm analyzing what's going on. So I can't just say, oh, okay, yeah, what's going on, man, in China Sea? Chinese are too their presence is in China Sea. The Chinese presence in China Sea. America is concerned. I mean I can be like that, but that would be so fake and so irrational and immoral and uh, untruthful. I mean, I'm concerned. Why are you concerned? You're across the Pacific. What do you want? You're concerned if they would come next to you over there in Gulf of Mexico on the other side, let's say, or I don't know, by I don't know, Seattle, Washington. So thank you very much. The second club is getting. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.